Okay, I'm back again. We're gonna try the phone. I kept turning off. Turn me on, baby. For those that are joining me for a second time, I'm just loom knitting today. I'm testing a brand new yarn. It's called Bernat Rubber Fleece Tweeds. It's brand new. So I'm giving it a whack on my loom knitting. But look at me just all knitting and stuff. So anyway, so I figured I'd try this yarn with the knitting and make myself a hat. Not that I don't have enough hats, but I can just load up a charity box, right? So loom knitting is a great way to do a difference with charity. So Lex says I came back. So yeah, my phone was turning down, Lex. I don't know why. So yeah, so Kelly says, hey, Kelly must be on a break. So Kelly's my good friend that's, I was just sharing that she's my stitch buddy. She sits beside me at Stitch Club. We actually have a joke at the group that we're saying, we're going to group. I don't know who started that, but anyway, it really is kind of a therapy session to itself. And we can be really naughty too, really bad. So anyway, so I don't take photos when I'm there. And I don't take any videos because honestly, the videos that get rated X, these women are so bad. So I'm like one of two guys that shows up. And I learn plenty on a Wednesday, let me tell you. Yeah. Do you have a tutorial on a loom? Yes, I do. I have several. So I just wanted to, I bought this loom at Walmart yesterday and I wanted to kind of test it out. So I have an opinion. So far, it's so good. So Kelly says it is, I love Stitch Night. Yeah, I bet you do. And Kelly has a fun sense of humor too. That's why I sit beside her. And I feed her candy too. So I buy the I forget what it's like, jube tubes, Swedish berries I think they're called. And anyway, so I buy a bag of those and I give Kelly and I feed her. I say, you've been a good girl, and she goes, yes. So anyway, I dump a whack in front of her on her work surface, and so she bangs back her berries and I eat the rest of the bag. So anyway, so yeah. So Wendy's back again. So there's a new rule going down on the short, you know, the short videos where I'm sarcastic and I throw people under the bus, or it's a little educational, or it's a little bit of both. Anyway, they're putting a new rule that I'm not allowed to put links in the video description anymore, or the comments, because not me, but other people, other hosts, they keep doing stuff, or there's inappropriate links and stuff in the short videos. So they're passing a rule at the end of August that all clickable links will be turned off for the shorts. And I know some people is going to have a bird, so I'm already seeing it. Like, people are commenting, where's the pattern? You didn't even post the link. I'm like, I'm just getting you used to the fact that it will not be there in a matter of a week or so, because YouTube is going to take it out. And I was sharing earlier before I got so rudely cut off by my phone. There's a lot of porn that happens on YouTube that you're not even aware of, that my filters take out. But Wendy and I have been dealing with this spammer that, honestly, it's been a pain. So the spammer's not saying anything that's capturing in my filters. And anyway, it's quite annoying. So anyway, so she comes back from the dead as a different name every day. So she's been doing that for about a week. Anyway, so she is doing that. So anyway, so yeah. So I've had a few people say that they would like it if I'm not throwing crocheters under the bus. So I've kind of taken a little bit of a break, but that doesn't mean I'm not thinking it, honestly. Yeah, what are Swedish berries? They used to be called jube tubes. Jube tubes, I think is the right name. It kind of reminds me of my childhood. You know, when you go to the gas station and you'd get like 5 jube tubes for like 2 cents or something. Or 2 cents a jube tube, something like that. I know I'm showing my age. I actually saw an old commercial on Instagram yesterday, and it was like for Woco or Woolworths. I don't know if Woco was ever in the US, but Woco was like Target, and then Walmart ends up buying out Woco in the end. But anyway, they were advertising Halloween masks. You could be like the Bionic Woman, you can be Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Did I say Superman already? Anyway, it's the masks were $1.89, and then you can buy a huge record for $1.89 of spooky Halloween sounds. $1.89 for a record. Can you imagine? Anyway, times have really changed. So here's the question to everybody. So when you started work, what was the minimum wage? Do you remember what you were working for? So my minimum wage when I started was $3.75. And that's Canadian dollars. So what is that? $3 American. But you know what? You seem to function just fine with making so little, but the cost of everything is going up. So $3.60, $1.86, $1.86, $6.66, $1 an hour, $2.10, $1 an hour, $1.45, $3.25. Look at all these, and now, like, honestly, you can't even function for less than $20 an hour. Right? You know that's right. I'm so old that my minimum wage was $1. Gail, $1.35. I just can't imagine, right? So we have Idaho in the house, says Jet. My minimum wage was $1.60. $1.60. Holy cow. Living the dream. Don't spend it all in one spot. So I can remember $4 to $5. Kelly. We're this. You and I are the same age. How can you have been $5? Oh, were you in that kind of industry? You just turned to crochet to make it legal. Okay, I get it now. Thanks so much for explaining that to me. $5 an hour. Holy cow. So 27.9 cents per gallon. Oh, that was the gas. Yes, I remember when gas was like that. It was freaking $95 to fill up my car this week. $95. And I have a Toyota RAV4. $95. $95. I was just, yep. So, and the Americans think they have it bad for gas pricing. Yeah. 2 scratchy skeins of Zeller's yarn per hour. Now, rows upon rows, you are totally speaking my language. I would think about it the same way. My $3.75 was the yarn worth working my butt off for 3 hours. In most cases, it was worth it, but I would think along the lines you are too. A stick of deodorant is worth working an hour just for a stick of deodorant. But if you don't smell pretty, then you don't have friends. Not that I have friends, but. So my personal profile on Facebook, we've been talking a lot about cost of living. And anyway, so Daniel's been flipping out. So he spent $40 on butter a couple days ago, and people are like, "You should go to Costco," which we don't have, not locally. And then people are saying you should go to Sam's Club, which I'm not even sure Sam's Club is in. Is Sam's Club even in Canada? I don't even know if it is. It's definitely not here. Anyway, and then people are saying I should shop at Walmart for my food, which I don't. And there's a big story there I will share with you because I know you're dying to find out why I don't buy groceries at Walmart. So I used to be in the trucking industry, as you know, and there are certain grocery store chains that shop and they buy groceries based on the level of the grocery store that they are. And so if you've ever noticed in certain grocery stores when you buy produce that it goes rotten really quick. So a lot of some of the food that we shipped in the fresh produce was A or B quality. And so sometimes I would pick up B quality, which would go into a store that would be second quality, because it's reliant on people to buy it and eat it like immediately. And so anyway, so there's certain stores that I never got myself, grocery stores that I won't shop at because of it. But if you don't truck it, then you don't really realize. So it's already, shelf life is already dying in the truck, kind of sort of thing. And then it has to go through a warehouse, and then it has to go through somewhere else, and etc. So yeah, so that's kind of, yeah. So Sam's is in Canada. So I didn't know that. I wasn't sure if it was actually. So our local Costco is like an hour or so away. I just can't justify a membership and to drive for an hour for groceries. I know. I don't think I'm saving money, to be honest with you. So anyway, but Walmart, okay, so before I get in trouble with the whole Walmart thing, people do go to Walmart and they buy the stuff and they do eat it immediately. There is a market for it, that's why they do it. Myself, I just don't eat the produce that fast to justify spending my money and then it going rotten in my fridge before I get to it. So that's my story. So anyway, so I'm not crapping on you because you shop at Walmart. I just don't eat the produce fast enough. Daniel and I just don't go through it fast enough. So yeah, okay. So somebody's making $20 an hour. So $20 an hour in San Francisco. So that's $20 times 30%. So she's making $26 Canadian an hour. That's actually really good. It's really good money. Well, at least to my point of view, it is. So Dollar General is part of Walmart. I did not know that. Now, is Dollar General in Canada, or is that just U.S.? I think I've only ever seen that in the U.S. Dollarama is big around here. We actually have two within like a matter of minutes of each other, which shocks me a lot. I figured one was gonna be gone. It's extremely expensive to live in San Francisco. I've heard that. I think any kind of city is kind of expensive. Dollar General, Sam's Club, and Walmart are part of the same company. Interesting. So even if you're boycotting one, they're still getting your money somewhere else. Did you see that article, that guy that was boycotting Bud Light because of that influencer they hired? Is his name Kid Rock? Ends up being photographed and he's still drinking Bud Light after shooting it with a machine gun. Like his opinion matters. Like, you drink the drink because you like it, not because of whatever. I always thought that was kind of ridiculous. But whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So how many of you here are influenced by like a mainstream celebrity making a decision on what they eat or drink? I can't say that I do that. Maybe I do it unexpectedly, but I actually like Coors Light, which is an American beer. And then there's Alexander Keith's, which is Canadian, which I do. I don't even know where Coors Light's made. I like a blonde beer, a blonde pale ale kind of beer, something light. So Debbie's like speaking my language. I like what I like. That's the same way. I feel the same thing. So, okay, Colorado. She's either from Colorado or Coors Light is made in Colorado. Okay, Coors Light is made in Colorado. Yeah, I like Coors Light. And I will drink it. I don't even care. I don't even see commercials for Coors Light. I just like it. And it's available. So Choo Choo does not have a TV to watch stuff anymore. You're probably not missing much anyway. So Wendy doesn't care for the American beers. I started drinking beer when I was in Germany, so I got the taste for the strong. Daniel loves a good strong dark beer, so you guys are probably in the same club as that. The Alaska Amber, that sounds tempting. So, Wendy's, I've got to say it like Wendy's thinking it. Oh, yes, I love a dark beer. Wendy, is that the way you said it? Because that's the way I heard it. So one of the things that I like about my contract with Yarn Inspirations is that, yes, I'm a teacher, but I'm a person before I'm a talking head. So I've always, when I'm at the board table, I'm like, the customers that buy the yarn are not suckers, and they're not people to take advantage of. So when I go to the table, I'm like, you know what, convince me why I need to buy this product, and then I'll just teach with it and allow people to make up their own minds. So that's why you never see me like trying to really do a tutorial and say you need to buy this yarn using my code. You don't ever see me doing that. So that's part of my contract with Yarn Inspirations, that I don't have that in there. So I just feel like customers are not stupid people, and that you like what you like. That should be the new slogan of the Crochet Crowd. So I've been drinking more wine lately for sure, but I'd say I like a good beer with a steak dinner. And then there's a local place that does blueberry beer. That is really good, blueberry beer. If you recommended a yarn, though, I would probably at least look at it, says Rita. Yeah. Like there's yarns I love, and then there's other yarns that, it's okay. I have to say though, I really like Caron 1 pound yarn, and it's not readily available here in Canada. And you know why I like it? I'll tell you why I like it. I like because of the volume of the yarn that's in there, the 1 pound. But I also like it, I think it's affordable, and I like how it holds up with the pets. So when I crochet something with it, I know that it's not going to be falling apart, and it's easily washable, and it hits all my little list things that I love. So Caron 1 pound is a good yarn. I feel it's a good, stable, solid yarn. And I think it's a good value for the yarn as well. And Americans have the opportunity to shop at many craft stores where we don't here in Canada. So we only have Michael's here and Walmart, if you even want to call that a craft store. So consumerism in the US is huge compared to up here. So up here you get what you get, and that's it, or you shop online. And so some people are saying to me, oh, it's so expensive to shop online. Well, try living in, I live in a village here in Nova Scotia. So so you like what you like, you order what you order. And some people are like, I would never buy that stuff online. Well, if you live in a village like I do, then you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. So Louise says her so anyway, Walmarts in Canada are well stocked usually with yarn, primarily speaking, not all of them, but most of them are really well stocked because they honestly don't have much competition. Michael's is really not a competition for them. They don't really carry the same stuff, and so So anyway, so Canadians, we crochet and we knit a lot. I think there's more knitters than crocheters in Canada, where in the US it's backwards. There's more crocheters than knitters in the US. But I'm backwards myself, so I'm a crocheter here in Canada. And then, oh my God, they did this study back a few years ago. They said, what is Canada's #1 craft store? And they said it was Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is a hardware store for fixing cars and home renovation stuff. They don't even sell wood. Anyway, Canadian Tire got named the #1 craft store. I'm like, okay. They don't even sell yarn. So unless woodworking is huge, which they don't sell wood, you might as well just say Home Depot is the #1 craft store. Anyway, so when they announced this, I was like, okay, whatever. So Melissa Duncan says, ha ha ha. So anyway, so Kelly, who's local to me here, my friend, so if I ever told her that Canadian Tire was the #1 craft store, she would like clobber me. So they must have read it in a men's magazine. Yeah, Canadian Tire did that survey. Actually, it was the Craft Yarn Council that did that. And anyway, when they announced it during this convention, all of us were like, we were from the Canadian division, and all of us went, it was not good. Anyway, so I was sitting beside this woman that was really vocal, and I was like, so she starts chewing some ass, and I'm like, you go, girl, because I am totally right there with you. I have nothing wrong with Canadian Tire, just it's not a craft store. I don't even know how they deemed it to be a craft store, to be honest. So, so looking at my project, that it's coming together quite nicely. So yeah, I decided to loom knit today. I woke up and says, what am I going to do today? And I said, I have no idea. And I looked at my loom knitting and I said, I think I'm going to be looming today. And lo and behold, I turned on my video camera and that was it. Don't they sell Craftsman tools? Okay, T-Dot, you're really stretching it. They do sell Craftsman's tools. Maybe that's what people thought. Huh. Interesting. Wouldn't that be funny if that was actually the survey? What was the tools that Sears used to have? Sears is out of business, but Sears was who? It wasn't Kenmore, was it? Not that it matters. Craftsman was Sears. So now it's Craftsman's is Canadian Tire. So we just wrap my yarn again. Kenmore appliances. You know, I was so bad the other day. Halloween's coming, and I bought like the 100-pack of chocolates. Don't tell anybody. It just hurts. I don't know what I'm possibly gonna do with those. Mastercraft brand is Canadian Tire. Mastercraft. Yeah, not Craftsman. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly works for tech support for one of the phone companies. So she is like in there like a dirty shirt looking up stuff. So Craftsman was nice. They had a lifetime warranty, used that often. Now, because Sears is gone, is Craftsman still under warranty, or is that gone? So I had this really big boycott of Sears that lasted until they actually went out of business. I know. So in the very beginning, I bought a TV with my wife, and I was 20 years old, and the TV malfunctioned within like 3 months. So I took the TV back to Sears, and they said that they were going to send it to the repair shop, And anyway, I brought the TV in on a Saturday. And anyway, so they said, check back in 2 weeks and the TV should be ready to go and pick back up because they're going to send it to Toronto to be fixed. Anyway, so I went back after 2 weeks and it was still sitting in the Sears that I dropped it off. They never shipped it to the company to be fixed. Anyway, so the one associate told me that it was still sitting there, it was never shipped. So then I asked for the manager, and then the manager looked me dead in the eyes and said, oh yeah, we shipped it 2 weeks ago. It went out on the day that you came. And I said, you shipped it on a Saturday? And the associate behind shook his head, no, they don't. Anyway, I demanded it was $600 at the time. And I said, I want my money back. And he goes, we can't give you your money back. And I said, you have my TV, you were lying to my face, I want my money back. And so anyway, he rung me through the register, like the angry refund. Anyway, I'm like, whatever. Just be honest, right? So anyway, I boycotted Sears ever since that moment. I thought, you know what, if you can't even be honest with the consumer, I am not going to shop there. And that's kind of what happened. Yeah. What loom is it? This one is an interchangeable loom. I bought it at Walmart yesterday. It was $35 Canadian. So what would that be? That would be like probably $27 American, something like that. $25 American, something like that. Anyway, it's interchangeable. It has all the pieces and stuff with it, so I can just change sizes. So I'm doing it out like that. So I'm testing a yarn while I'm doing this. So far, so good. So yeah. So usually if I'm boycotting a store or something, I don't ever really talk about it, because it's my problem. It's my problem, and I don't need to drag other people into my drama. So I just think if you're having an issue, sometimes you just got to vote with your dollars and just not spend the money. So somebody like Kmart went out of business early in my 20s, I think. At least here in Canada, it went out. Is it still in the U.S.? I almost thought I saw a Kmart recently in the U.S. online somewhere. So Choo-Choo says my pocketbook has power. You damn right it does. That's why I think these influencers that tell you to go buy something, like, are they getting paid to do that, or do they legitimately think that you should buy it? And then if you feel like you have a bad experience, was their recommendation like really worth it, or was it just they got paid to say the right thing? So I feel like it's the responsibility of people like me to always make it your own decision on what you want. And that's why we never have the links to say go buy something. I do sometimes suggest that there's a sale, but we don't get any commissions for that. So it's, if you do it, you do it, and if you don't, you don't. Last time I was in a Kmart about 9 years ago, and there found a loom on Walmart app for $20.89. Okay, so $20.89. There you go. Much cheaper than here. Even with the conversion, it's still much cheaper in the US. So I don't know what Mervyn's was. What was Mervyn's? Dollar General is not part of Walmart. Is not part of Walmart and Sam's. Okay. So who's on first? What are you using to wind that yarn with? I'm using just an empty pen. I've taken out the ink and I'm just using an empty pen cartridge because my fingers just don't go around My fingers are so fat, my friends. I know we all like fat fingers. Anyway, my big thick fingers doesn't go and play with these looms very well, so I put the yarn in an empty pen cartridge, and so therefore I use it to feed the yarn on instead of getting my big thick fingers in between the pegs. And I have a friend actually trying to get me to want to write some yarn smut too. And they said, you would totally be good at it. And I said, I totally would be. But I said, what's the point if you're not crocheting? And they said, well, you can record it and talk about it as people are crocheting. And I said, yeah, I don't think so. So anyway, I've been thinking about stories that I could write that ends up with a happy ending in the yarn aisle. But I wouldn't put my name to it, of course. There was actually one woman where she was actually a secret shopper for one of the major yarn stores. And anyways, so she would go in on chat groups and stuff, and her name was Yarn Whore. So anyway, so she would go in and kind of monitor conversation about yarn and stuff. Anyway, that the company no longer exists, but anyway, it's not a name that you would expect for somebody to be snooping around. But anyway, they were just using it for market research on what people were interested in, so she was under the pseudonym of Yarn Whore. So it'd be Only Yarns. Megan, that's it. Oh, Wendy, Only Yarns. That is such a good idea. Huh. My brain is going off now. The Only Yarns. Yes, do it. He bought the yarn with a 40% coupon. And when he got home, he could not wait to slide those ball bands off the balls. As he ran his fingers eagerly through the yarn. And as he hit each tweed, it just created this little bump that just gave him a little giggle. Oh God, that is so good. Only Yarns. Oh, I gotta write that down. That is so good. And Megan's the one that wrote that, right? I gotta give her credit for it so I don't get in trouble. It wasn't my idea. That is such a good idea. As the yarn ball slipped between his legs, it was running away. Well beyond reach. When he tried to reach, he bent over. He checked behind to make sure nobody was... Oh my God. I don't even think I can see straight. Don't forget about the silkiness. As he turned around, reaching for his yarn ball and lying to his friend saying, "It's my first time." What time is it in Nova Scotia? I don't know. I think it's almost martini time now. It is currently sometime, I don't know what the time is. As he inserted his hook into the eagerly yearning holes of the fabric that he was just laying. Oh, this is so bad. So bad. It's 4:40. This conversation took an amazing turn. I love it. I think that's possible. Only yarns. Shit, I don't even think I can finish my product now, as his hook slipped out sloppily. Only to realize that the coupon allows a 2-for-1. And the cashier reminded him to bring a friend next time. Oh God, that'd be awful. Love it. Megan started this. It's all Megan's fault. It was Megan, right? Yeah. The puppy thinks that I've lost it. Oh my God. And the cashier invited him to a furry party. And Mikey says, well, what will I ever wear? Only to be remembered that he has a Peppa the Pig costume in the closet. Way in the closet. Oh my God. I can't even see straight. 2-for-1, bring a friend. Kelly, do you want to go? You don't fly my way, but it'd be kind of fun. So Choo Choo thanks me for the $2 tip. Oh my God. Kimberly, sorry, a crochet costume. And the tension loom. Oh my God, you girls are awesome. Assuming you're all girls. And the tension loomed in the air as he thrusted his thick cricket hook into the deep grooves of the loom knitting, only to flip those stitches over. What's that sound he heard in the background? It's somebody undoing their zipper. Oh my God. Okay. And he thought the coupon and fell to the floor. Oh, the looming tensions. Oh, only yarns looming tensions in the air. And he frogged over. But got stuck mid-jump, Darlene. So he had to retry over and over and over. Someone is frogging in the other room. I think somebody's probably frothing in the other room. Oh my God. You guys are terrible. This live should bring a little creeper. I see deletes in my future. I probably do too. But I never started this. Somebody started with the only yarns and that was it. But my brain is totally gone somewhere else. Forget the yarn. I'm here for this. Me too. Me too. The whips and chains. Oh yeah, the whips and chains of crochet. As he looked in his yarn room and saw 50 Shades of Grey with a little paddle at the end of the shelf. I don't know. I actually have something on YouTube filmed, 50 Shades of something, or Shades of Grey, I think it's called. Anyway, when I filmed it, because it was a real pattern, people were like really quite offended by it. I'm like, please, way to go, Megan. Just kidding. Yeah, way to go, Megan. Where did Megan go anyway? So Sherry just turned this on. Well, Sherry, we're all turned on at this point. Oh my god. I did a video earlier today and I was untwisting the yarn to expose the interior. I kept twisting and twisting, and then it revealed its little secret in the middle. So I do have a friend that actually writes smut, and she's under a pen name, and she's hilarious. And I said, well, why do you write that stuff? Because she sells it on Amazon. And she goes, she says, I don't get it at home, so I might as well talk about it. And I'm like, you go, girl. But the worst thing she could ever do is tell me that she did that, because now I see her from a different light. But she's still awesome. Yeah. I love these spun stories. Well, something is getting spun. Oh, the walls could talk. My husband called me from work earlier and asked what I was doing. I said I'm working with my with my whips and hooks, and he said quietly, being dirty. I told him it was my yarn stuff, and he had me laughing so hard. Only yarns. I don't think I'm getting that out of my head anytime soon. That's going to be the hot conversation tomorrow night at Stitch Night. Only yarns. And Kelly's going to have some ideas. Kelly, do you want to be a writer for Only Yarns? Listen, we need to voice those intrusive thoughts somehow. Writing them is just socially acceptable. So we got to see if Kelly, my friend Kelly, can write some backstory. So Kelly's all in. She goes, yeah, sure, let's do it. She's all in. It all started with Only Yarns. Exactly. There has to be a scene about lying naked on a finished product, making more sense if that's a blanket. Actually, Patricia, that's my home. There doesn't need to be a scene. That's just living life. So Daniel and I in the last house, we never had a living room, so we always sat on our bed and watched TV in the evenings, and it was not uncommon to be crocheting with wearing nothing but a crochet hook and a ball of yarn beside you. I think we could do a 3-part series at Lake Tahoe. Oh my God, Wendy, Lake Tahoe after dark. If we do a sauna workshop, we'd probably have a whole retreat there, knowing the kind of people that come up and see me. With the 2 for 1 night. Oh my God. Pulling out yarn bark from hundreds of skeins and lying naked amongst the carnage. Ivy, now you're talking. When your yarn is wimpy. Oh my God. Oh, don't be down and dirty with. Oh, see, somebody's doing the scary Cookie Monster. Down and dirty. Hey, I didn't start it. Megan did. I just going with it. Magic Mikey, whatever. Honestly, I look in the mirror. It's like, who's wearing the snowsuit? And then I realize I'm not wearing anything, but it still looks like a snowsuit. Oh God. Used to be where I could look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's not so bad. And now I look in the mirror, it's like, oh my God. Get down with your bad self, Kelly. Golden said I should have been here earlier. Am I in trouble? I better not be. I didn't start it, somebody else did. I am sitting here knitting and minding my own business. Okay, maybe not minding my own business, but just gonna take the loom for a spin again. As he circled the knobs, planting the yarn. Intentionally between the pegs. I have to think more about that. It's your party. Spin, spin, spin. Your hat is looking great. It's looking good so far. I don't think I'm ever going to see this hat from a clean point of view after this conversation, though. I think I'm always going to look at it and say, this is the party hat. And then when I go there and Kelly's going to say, nice pom-pom. Ooh, that's a storyline right there. The Dirty Birdie loom topper. Oh my God. Wendy, now you're getting me in trouble. It looks like a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day here in Nova Scotia. It'll mean more because of the story behind the loom. Mm-hmm. So if I ever sold it, which I'm not going to, it'd be the $50 hat because it has a backstory that's something else. Is Golden says Carrot Top, it's not the, what did she say? It's not the size of the loom, it's how you use it. Hey, don't change the subject with the weather. Oh my God. Oh, so you want to keep the yarn play going. I understand what you're not quite there yet. Okay, let's keep the yarn play going. So bad. And then people are gonna say, what did you do all day? I was watching some idiot on YouTube. So anyway, just to keep in mind, this channel, if you look at the About channel, we are an adult-based channel, obviously. I don't specialize for catering to kids. Just an overcast in Vancouver Island. So, oh, somebody's gonna need a cigarette after this. I didn't think it was that hot. Next time you should do a pom-pom. Best lunch break activity ever. Oh, I don't know about that. I didn't even bring out my Polly Pocket toys. I saw that on TikTok. I guess they were talking about old toys, and Polly Pocket was on there, so it was kind of on my brain. Yeah, so Wendy just pulled out the terms of the channel. I think some people don't realize that. This is the most fun I had all day, says Anne. Tech Talk and I'm not even going to say that word because that'll get like that'll get me in trouble. Hubby wants to know what I'm watching as he's rolling his. Oh, so hubby's involved rolling her yarn. So what are you going to possibly say to him? You're watching a homosexual. You're watching a homosexual knit online. Sounds hot. And then you're going to say to him, well, he's really not into me, but maybe, hubby, he might be more into you. Got that right. Yeah. So somebody's going to have to go outside and stand in the rain to cool down. Because she's either hot there or this conversation is going into weird. Don, you finally made my live. I am so sorry that you're here. The girls in this chat have been like taking me on this quest of only yarn, and this conversation has gone to hell in a handbasket. It's so deep that some of these women are experiencing showers where they live. So hot. So somebody's missing a couple stitches already. She's getting distracted. Yeah. I guess, Golden, you're just gonna have to pull out and try again. So, oh hell, I'm not bi-stitchual. Well, maybe I am. I'm bi-stitchual for sure. Nothing else. The girls in the chat, nice thing. Okay. Okay. I started crocheting 2 years ago with Urban Help. I support all my fellow Canadians. I'm a Barbie and I don't have a Barbie. I'm a Barbie and I don't have a Barbie convertible. Let alone I don't even have a Ken. Well, I have a Ken, but my Ken is not really a Ken. I don't know what you would call Daniel. My Ken likes to be out in the garden and get real dirty. He likes to roll around in the sand and dig holes and so Still in Leather has a Ken. But do you have yarn? That's the most important thing. Absolutely. That's what it's all about in the end. Actually, my Ken is upstairs. I can hear he's watching TikTok. I show him videos on stuff I see. I'm like, did you see this? Yes, I seen that. Did you see this? And he goes, yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, so now it's to the point I don't even bother to show him stuff. So it's looking pretty good, eh? I don't know if my head's gonna fit in that tight hole. Actually, let me go this way instead. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, it's gonna make my head pop off. Oh my God. You know what it feels like? It feels like that. Bus driver, can you please open the door? That is tight. Okay, I don't say that very often, so it's so unnatural coming out of my mouth, but my God. I think I just crushed some brain cells. That's the new only yarns thing. When the loom is too tight. Okay, that is really tight. I'm thinking I gotta frog the damn thing. I don't think I can wear that. Oh my God. That is like way too tight. Thank you for the $1 tip, gaming girl. It doesn't say how they. No, Jesus. I probably should have done the. Oh my God. This is way too tight. Way too tight. I gotta restart. I think 10 more stitches would probably be better. Give it to somebody smaller. I don't know. This is really like this is for me. That was so tight. Actually, my head is still compressed. It was so tight. So tight. That's clearly not the right. You know, I can't find instructions for this damn. That's my only review that I have for this thing. It doesn't tell me. How many pegs to use. It's so tight. Unspin, unspin, unspin. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it off and chug-a-lug it. Well, there goes my afternoon. It was fun spending time with you, though. Yeah. Wet it and put it on and stretch it out. Oh, sweetie. That's what they all say. No matter how much you wet this thing, it's gonna be tight. Wow, that is tight. Holy cow. I can barely get my head in it. Oh. You know, it's like when that white chick's and he couldn't get his head through the top. Oh my God, this tight. Am I blowing any blood vessels? Oh my God, this tight. Ah. Well, there's a few hours I'm never gonna get back in my life. mental note to self. Yeah. Somebody, a big head, yeah, unfortunately. I have a lot of looms to sell. That it doesn't even stretch that much. No, it does not. Wow, I'm surprised it's that tight. Wow, tight. These looms, you have to work really loose. Otherwise, yeah, still in leather. Now you're telling me. Oh, just my life is over. As he yanked his yarn eagerly through the little hole. Oh my god. So I'm gonna have to restart my video. You knit? Well, Mikey, stick to that. I am. Okay, I'm knitting so well. Look at how well I'm doing. Yeah. Can you just turn it over and make it a basket? No. This is a wearable yarn. I want to wear it. Oh my gosh. I have to restart my whole intros and everything. We're with you, Mikey. Yeah, sure you are. Real knitting, not loom knitting. Oh, real knitting. Yeah, real knitting, I'm fine. Actually, I should have real knit this thing. What was I thinking? Clearly not. It's almost painful. Yeah. See, I'm not the only one that had to frog it out. Oh, Golden, don't be like that. So attention needy. Well, this party is unraveling fast. Yeah. Yep. As he resets himself to go for another spin. So Darcia says hello. So I'm going to be heading off line in just a few moments from now. So if you want to start saying goodbye, you can. If you just want to log out and just leave, it's fine. Be like that. But if you want to say goodbye, great. Leave some hearts and stuff and all that jazz. And I will get through this, and I'm going to restart my filming. Basically, my whole day has just been wrecked. It is pretty yarn, though. It's a brand new yarn that came out. I'm testing it. It's Bernat Forever Fleece Tweeds. It's a really nice yarn. And it's actually frogging nicely, which is good. Because if it didn't frog nice, I'd be like really angry. So bye, says Shell. Friggin' frogs. Yeah. In knitting, is it called frogging? I think it's called tinking, isn't it? Is it tinking? Yeah, her. Yeah. Okay. I'm still here. I had a nap. Oh, that's because I've screwed up. That's why we're still here. Okay, so I'm gonna go and restart my video, and we're gonna have a gay old time. And I actually gotta change my loom. As he inserts another few inches, because every inches count. But unfortunately, I need my phone to film, so you can't stay with me. Yeah. Loving the study determination. I'm almost caught up. That's great. I think some people really like that stitch along. Other people haven't, but can't please them all. Okay. Let me pull myself together. Mikey, use it. It's all about the inches. Yes, I use the loom. Don't get excited. And the dogs are starting to play upstairs, so I think it's after 5. And And that's it for now. Okay, see ya. Don't push it too hard. That's what she said.